Hello everyone and welcome back to the Powerhouse Racing League live from Nashville Superspeedway tonight. I'm Mitchell Adams. Joining me in the booth is Patrick Morrison again this week. We were off last week. I hope you all had a happy Easter, but we are back tonight for some Powerhouse racing here at the Nashville Superspeedway. And Patrick, the question is, can anyone beat Lucas Gortman?
It's hard. It's definitely hard to say. He has had quite the run over the past couple of races, but tonight here at the mile-and-a-half track in Nashville, he's going to definitely have his work cut out for him.
He definitely will. A lot of hungry drivers out here on track. Let's take you to the track here where qualifying is underway here tonight, and I don't actually believe Gortman is in the field now that I'm double checking my thing, so somebody else will pick up a win here tonight by the looks of it here on the standing, so that is worth noting. Drivers out for qualifying right now. Puddin's sitting out there on the track. He's the only driver. Okay, here we go. Here is the number 6 machine out there on track of Lacey out for qualifying. Don't believe we've seen this number 6, or if we have, I kind of forgot. So good to see this Martin Sports machine out on track here tonight, going to cross the line for the first lap of qualifying. Currently, though, it is Charles Evans in the number 53 on top of the points, on top of the qualifying order here tonight. Evans is currently second in points to Gortman, who is not here tonight. So presumably, as long as something doesn't go crazy for Charles Evans in the 53, he will be your points leader once we leave Nashville Superspeedway, but we'll see what kind of time this number 6 machine can put down here, Patrick, as he crosses the line. This time it will be second place for Landon Lacey in the number 6 machine.
That was close, and tough break for Gortman not being able to make it out tonight, but this really plays Charles Evans being able to possibly take the points lead back again, or he is already leading this race with a great qualifying time of 30.4 seconds out here racing.
Yeah, so far he's done exactly what he needs to do. We'll see if Landon Lacey can knock him with his second lap. Well, it just switched over to the race. I don't think he quite got that lap in time, Patrick. So unfortunate for the number 6, but he'll still be starting second here for tonight's 100-lap event from Nashville Superspeedway. We are glad you all are joining us here tonight for this one. Looking forward to bringing you all the racing action here on 10-4 Broadcasting, and we'll get straight to the starting order here tonight as you see cars gridding up on pit road. There's a good camera of it. The 53 of Charles Evans, second in points coming into tonight, but he will start from the pole. Then it's Landon Lacey in the number 6 starting second. Danny Puddin starts in the third position in that number 98 machine. Jeffrey Ramsdale starts fourth. David Moody will start in the 5th position here on track as it cut away from us. Then Robert Babcock in the number 9 will start from 6th. Hunter Moody starts 7th. Jody Hook starts 8th. Bart Hook 9th. Kayla McCarthy, I believe, is doing some race admin stuff tonight from what we have been told. So I don't believe Kayla is racing. Patrick Morrison's up here in the booth with me, and then Troy Trudeau in the number 2 machine is going to round out the field here tonight. So once again, we've got a great group of drivers here for us, going to put on a great race here from Nashville Superspeedway, which is the track I've never gotten the chance to race. Patrick, have you?
Yes, I have, and this actually being the sister racetrack to Dover, one of the very few concrete tracks that you see out here racing. Definitely provides a different style of grip or no grip in some cases, but you can get a lot of speed on this track, a lot of speed, so your braking points and where you accelerate are really going to matter tonight. But this being a 100-lap race, this can be kind of a more of an endurance race. We will have multiple stages. Stage 1 will end at 25. Stage 2 will end at 50, and then the 50-lap sprint toward the end.
Yep, we are going to look forward to seeing all of that. It should put on some great action because the last couple of weeks in the Powerhouse Racing League have not disappointed at all in the racing that we have seen. 2 weeks ago, we came off a great short track Saturday night at Southern National. This one should, I expect, be very good as well here from Nashville Superspeedway. Newer, coming back to NASCAR here, just ran its first race here in quite a while last year, so this track a little bit newer on the schedule of a lot of real-life series, and as well as in the Powerhouse Racing League they're running here. Pace car lights are off, though. We are going to get you straight to the green flag here in tonight's race from Nashville Superspeedway. Again, glad you all are joining us. Let us know in the chat if you are watching and who you're cheering for here tonight as we get ready to take the green flag.
Yeah, and as always, we've got some of our sponsors out here. Butt Kicker Audio Systems, feel what you've been missing. Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating. Gotti Hottie Designs, Cushman & Sons. We got DC Designs, Coastal Napa Auto Parts. And here with the Powerhouse Racing League, we are under green flag, and we are off to go. Robert Babcock hoping for a better run than last 2 weeks as they take off into turn one.
Yep, good start for all the drivers out there on the racetrack, but the 53 of Charles Evans looks to be able to make that inside lane prevail as he got a little bit loose out of the corner, but still going to be able to slide up in front of the number 6 of Lacey. Good battle going on back here for the third position between the 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdale and the number 98 of Danny Puddin there. Watch the number 20 as well. That car driven by, who is driving that number 20? It's 28 of David Moody on my score and 28 here on track. I forgot about that one. That one is out there. So that number 20 machine, then the 9 of Robert Babcock, and I believe Casey Kane throwback, if I know my paint schemes. Nice looking car.
Yes, and Landon Lacey definitely not letting Charles Evans get away, placing in that second position. He's keeping him right there on his rear bumper, but he's having a little trouble finding that outside line. It's going to be a little slick. So here in the first 25, it will be kind of a sprint. Everybody kind of feeling each other out and see if we can make a pass here.
Well, the 6 of Lacey, like you said, right on the bumper of the 53 of Evans. These two having a good battle here up for the race lead as the battle continues back behind them as well. Those drivers going at it, but Lacey is right there. It's just kind of if he can get even a slight run, he'll be able to put that nose up underneath of Charles Evans here. So we'll have to keep our eye on this one as Evans had a good run through the corner. A little sideways for the 97 of Ramsdale out of the corner. He's able to gather it back up, though, but that opened the outside lane to Danny Puddin there and the number 20 of David Moody. Both those drivers trying to work around him here as they cross the start-finish line to take lap 5 here in stage 1. Racing to lap 25, remember, then these drivers will be able to come in, pit, and get 4 fresh tires on these race cars. But great battle going on here for the third position in the early going. Right now, Danny Puddin has it over the 97 of Ramsdale, who had a bit of an up-and-down race at Southern National 2 weeks ago in the Powerhouse Racing League. Kind of got to the front, fell back a little, got up to the front, and just overall was a solid night. 97 was very fast, and he's looking to show some more speed here tonight at Nashville.
Yes, but Danny Puddin, unfortunately, from 2 weeks ago, he was getting bumped and banged around a bit. He did have he got a few good chances, but then it just wasn't able to pull out the win right there toward the end. But Jeffrey Ramsdale, he always knows how to stick it in there to make sure he never lets up and always stays within contention.
Well, the battle for the lead has changed a lot, too, Patrick, since the last time we were looking at him, as Charles Evans has stretched it out to about a half-second lead over the 6 of Landon Lacey here in just a handful of laps. So Charles Evans really starting to find his groove here. Lacey falling back a little bit, but Danny Puddin also pulling away from the 97 of Ramsdale, and then David Moody behind them is getting a little bit of a challenge from the number 11 of Hunter Moody there in that FedEx machine, who's also got that number 9 of Robert Babcock challenging him. Then the 322 of Jody Hook back here doing a good job in that number 322. Haven't seen Jody since I believe, Chicagoland. So good to see that 322 back on track. Also, Bart Hook here in the number 61, bringing it up ninth here. Good solid run, consistent back in.
Yeah, you might want to check out this Hunter Moody one, man. He's definitely doing some work on that 28 car.
We'll cut back to it here. As you can see that battle crossing your screen. We have Rose in the chat asking why Patrick and Kale are up there. It has to do with the way they registered for the session. Just kind of shows them up there on chat. They were out there taking laps, and Kale is up in race control. So it's just an iRacing thing that unfortunately we don't have much control over here on 10-4, but they're not in the race tonight. Patrick's here joining me in the booth, and Kayla's doing race control tonight. But the drivers who are out there doing a good job, as Robert Babcock got up into the wall a little bit there, I believe, but he keeps it going straight. Good run on the number 11 of Hunter Moody. Gonna dive it up the inside through turns 1 and 2, trying to get the run. Had a bit of a run, but Hunter Moody trying to fight in that outside lane for it. Doing a good job hanging in there as these two race side by side into 3 and 4.
Yes, and definitely not letting up. Hunter Moody hanging on the outside, following right behind David Moody. Babcock. Oh, man, dog, that's getting close. These guys do have 5 sets of tires and a quick fast repair, just for a little information there right toward the end. And, of course, Rose, I love being up here in the broadcast booth with Mitchell tonight.
Yeah, we're having fun up here on 10-4 Broadcasting. We had to watch some great racing here in the Powerhouse Racing League as Hunter Moody dives it under the number 20 of David Moody. Fight for the 5th position here as they come again to cross the line. It's going to be the 11 prevailing in that battle here, and the number 20 there is going to have to drop a couple spots back into 7th, so not a great turns 3 and 4 for the 20 of Hunter Moody, and that's going to put Jody Hook a little bit closer in that 322 machine. Up front, still Charles Evans has a great gap going over Landon Lacey. Good gap in between the top 4. The best battle on track is this one we've been watching for the 5th position, which continues to get heated up as there goes Robert Babcock looking under the 11 of Hunter Moody into turn 1. It seems like the inside lane just a little bit stronger, Patrick. Is that your experience from racing here also?
Yes, inside lane, but you got to remain high. And 28 of David Moody made a great move there a little while ago. He did clip the wall a little bit, but he did stay into the wall instead of kind of ricocheting off and then creating a big problem for somebody else. But as you can see right here with Robert Babcock, he racing really professional, really well, and taking that low line. But you can see as he gets kind of out of that turn 3 and 4 there, he's able to just get on the gas just a little bit sooner, and that's how he's taking off, which is really giving Hunter Moody a handful here.
Yeah, Hunter Moody has about all he can handle here from the number 9 of Babcock, who's still fighting there on the inside lane. Hasn't quite been able to get that run up and get around the number 11, but they're going to continue to fight here as the laps go on here. Still within just a couple tenths of a second. They managed to break away from the number 20 of David Moody just a little bit as we hit 10 to go in stage number 1 here. Points up for grabs here in the stage. Charles Evans up front came into tonight second in points. The driver he's racing with, Landon Gortman, not here tonight. Lucas Gortman, excuse me, not here tonight. So Evans looking to pick up some valuable stage points and get some spots here and get a little bit of an advantage in those championship standings as we are getting toward the end of the season, past the halfway point in the Powerhouse Racing League. After tonight, 5 races remain, so this is the point where those points really going to get critical, and good run tonight is exactly what Charles Evans wants.
Yes, and Charles Evans actually pulling a 3-second lead away here pretty good, but Jeffrey Ramsdale made a great move on Danny Puddin on the 98 car, and now he's starting to reel in Landon Lacey, who seems to be kind of falling off a little bit here and may be having a little trouble with his tires, but we are kind of dealing with, I think, a pretty good fight back here in the 5th and 6th position. And let's see, here we got there we go. Jody working his way there in the back, getting the feet off some of that draft off the number 28 of David Moody. Definitely going to try to put some work on him before this stage ends here, Mitchell.
Yep. David Moody and Jody Hook going at it here out of turn 4, and the battle for the second position is also heating up here as Jeffrey Ramsdale gonna get around the number 6 of Landon Lacey into turn number 1 and 2, but the 6 fighting back down the back straightaway, looking up the inside of the 97 of Ramsdale as they head into 3 and 4. Who's gonna prevail? Looks like Ramsdale with a good run up through the high line as the 6 got up the track into him. Caution. Well, not out yet. There it is. Caution out. The 97 of Ramsdale wrecked out of turn 4, and we're going to go take a look back at what happened there. Is that 97 looked to be having so much speed, but then all of a sudden you're around out of turn 4 with some damage on that race car.
And 97 of Puddin, once again, just wrong place, wrong time, man. He's still got caught up in that one. Yeah, very unfortunate as everybody's going to kind of have a chance to reel Charles Evans in, which for Landon and Robert Babcock now, this may be actually really good, as you can see the wreck going on here. Just got into the back of him. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, and Puddin gets a piece of that one as well. You saw the 6 just slide up the track a little bit. Landon Lacey lost the grip on the front end of that race car, and we're going to go ride on board with the number 6 of Lacey here. There you see him jump underneath the 97 into 3 and 4. Running up the inside, doing his best he can to hold the lane. Just tries to throttle up, and it goes up the track a little bit, and the 97 of Ramsdale was there, and unfortunately, again, for Ramsdale, that's going to leave him with a bit of damage. The 98 of Danny Puddin. That car looks okay, but did get a decent chunk of that as they exited turn 4. So they do have fast repairs in the pits, though, like you've said, Patrick. So it's not night over for the 97 of Ramsdale. He can just go down pit road, take a fast repair, but up front, drivers staying out. Not everybody pits as we are under 5 to go in the stage. Not very surprising to see that. But Charles Evans is still your race leader. The 9 of Robert Babcock will be restarting 2nd. Hunter Moody 3rd. David Moody 4th. And Jody Hook 5th. Then the rest of the field here pitted. Landon Lacey in the 6th machine down pit road. The 98 of Danny Puddin down pit road. 97 Ramsdale and 61 Bart Hook all making pit stops here. So those drivers going to come out with 4 fresh tires and fuel, but do you think they have enough time to go challenge for that race lead?
With probably only about 2 or 3 to go right here before the green flag, I'm not really seeing much happening. I mean, hopefully everybody can stay clean right before we cut away for the stage break. But really a tough break here. I mean, the last thing you want to do is use a fast repair on the first stage. I mean, we got over 75, 80 laps to go, and it's just it's heartbreaking because right now you're going to be white knuckled for the rest of the race, trying not to bump and bang. You really don't have that backup to you here at this point. I mean, now if you've already used that fast repair, you're on edge. I mean, one more dent, one more ding, it's going to start messing with your aerodynamics, and with the amount of speed you're getting on this track, changing it up how you enter the turn is definitely going to affect how you're going to finish and race tonight.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. You want to hold on to that fast repair. You hope to not have to use those at all, but especially having to burn it in stage 1, that's over 75 laps of racing here left to go in the Powerhouse Racing League, and we know these drivers like to mix it up, race hard, and if something goes wrong like we saw there between the 6 and 97, you're not going to have that to go back on. So those drivers definitely going to have to be careful here through the rest of this race. Pace car lights still on, so hopefully those will go off next time by, and we will resume racing with, I believe, a 2-lap shootout to the stage here in the Powerhouse Racing League. So that'll put on quite the show as Charles Evans looked very fast there, but we'll see if Robert Babcock or Hunter Moody or some of those other drivers up there have any kind of challenge for him. But those drivers on fresh tires, not too far back. The 6 of Landon Lacey starting in the 6th position, so they will be there. It's just they got to really get moving if they want to get up and contend for the stage. But if they can, Evans might not be able to hold on against that fresh tire advantage as the 98 of putting back down pit road here with 1 to green.
I know. I do wonder if he did decide to hold on to his faster pair, seeing how many extra caution laps, and see if he can come in and maybe fix a little bit more of that damage before the lights go out here on the pace car.
Well, it's not a terrible strategy if you think you're going to be finishing toward the back anyways because you had to go down pit road. You might as well save it. Like we said, I think that car looked okay. We'll have to see when it goes back green how the 98 is able to hang in there, but certainly not a bad strategy when you only have 2 laps in this run and then another caution will come out and you can go take more damage repaired. So I like the strategy from the 98, thinking smart, trying to keep it in the race if he can without burning the faster pair, but we will have to wait and see here is because we are going to have a 2-lap shootout to decide stage 1 of this Powerhouse Racing League race from Nashville Superspeedway. Should be a good one here as Charles Evans starting on the inside, going to look to get a good jump here at the beginning as he got a good fight from the number 6 on that initial restart. We'll see if he can get a little bit of a cleaner breakaway here as pace car down pit road. Charles Evans leads the field back to green. He gets a great start this time.
Yes, and Landon Lacey kind of dialing it back there with Jody jamming him on the inside. But Robert Babcock, watches inside there. Sorry about that. And Hunter Moody going ahead and leading the rest of the pack.
Yep, Charles Evans skating away from him here a little bit. The battle is for second place in the stage, at least for the moment. The number 11, Hunter Moody, has it a pretty firm grasp on it for the time being. Robert Babcock got very close to the wall out of turn number 4, lap 25, 1 to go in the stage. This next time by the line will end it as battle for third place is on. The 20 of David Moody looked to challenge the number 9 of Babcock. He fell back a little bit in the number 9 right on the bumper of the 11 into turn 3 and 4 for the final time in the stage. Looks like it's going to stay single file, though, as the 11's going to hold on for second. But the 53 of Charles Evans going to cross the line. Your stage 1 winner here from Nashville Superspeedway.
Wow. And David Moody taking a really aggressive dive in there, trying to get that extra spot. But Charles Evans takes away another stage win here, as everybody's going to have to make a quick stop down pit road, top off that fuel, and get ready to go back under green.
Yep, and assuming those drivers that did pit before the stage stay out, it will shake up our order. We will have to wait and see how that all shakes out. But since we just finished stage 1, I think this is a great time to go look at all the sponsors who make the Powerhouse Racing League possible, don't you, Patrick? So we're going to go take a look at all those. Oh, there they all are at once. Well, I don't know why Streamlabs wants to do that to me, but here we go. Cushman & Sons, of course, we talk about them sponsoring the series. I believe the winner's trophy comes from Cushman & Sons. DC Designs, the winner gets a paint scheme from DC Designs. That's a lot to race for. We also have Butt Kicker. It's great stuff Butt Kicker makes for your sim and any other kind of gaming as well. Check out Butt Kicker. Then we have Napa Coastal Auto Parts, like we've said, sponsors the series. Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating. It's good. It's getting towards summer. You know, you need that air conditioning. Want to make sure that gets all checked up. It's all correct. So check out Mid-Cities. Also have Scotty Hottie Designs on board to sponsor this season. All of them help make this Saturday night racing we get in the Powerhouse Racing League possible. So big thank you to all of them for what they do here for us. But under caution, pit lane open, as we expected. Drivers down pit road, but not all of them. You see Hunter Moody, Robert Babcock, David Moody, Landon. Well, no, I'm reading off some of the wrong names here. It's not showing up on my scoring.
Easy. Jeffrey Ramsdale, Danny Puddin, and you got Bart Hook as the only 3 that decide to stay out this time around.
Yeah, and I find that a little bit interesting because, like we talked about, the 6 of Landon Lacey made a pit the last time by. It looks like the 6 may be in there for some extended damage repair, so maybe also trying to save that fast repair. Very possibly. So I was reading it right. I was trying to read all those drivers that were down there. I just second guess myself a little bit because some of those drivers went back down, but Ramsdale did take the faster pair on that 97. He's going to be out leading the race when we go green for stage number 2, racing to lap 50 here this time. So that's something to keep our eye on. We'll see how well the 97 can hang up there from the front of the pack. Slightly older tires, same for Puddin. Then Charles Evans going to restart from, I believe, the 4th position behind Bart Hook in the 61. Yes, that's correct. Scoring updates that time by Hunter Moody. Going to start 5th. David Moody 6th. Robert Babcock will start 7th. Jody Hook 9th. Landon Lacey still down in pit road taking repairs. So Lacey now 1 lap down here under this caution. That 6 has been strong, so we'll have to keep our eye on if Landon Lacey's able to get back out on pit road. Maybe just wants to get all that damage fixed now, Patrick, and then at stage 2 you take the lucky dog and get back onto the lead lap. Do you think that's the strategy the 6 is doing here?
It'd definitely be an interesting gamble to gamble on another caution. I know we got some really clean drivers out here, but I mean, mistakes do happen. But I mean, I guess so. I mean, it'd probably be a good idea. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got to fix the repair, but man, I wouldn't want to be going into stage 2 a lap down, you know, because it's definitely going to be an uphill battle from here on out, you know, because that means you have to get a caution, you know, lucky dog around, or assuming nothing happens to you, and then try to get back on the lead lap to be in contention here. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, it's a smart move, but it's there's no way it's going to be easy. So he is back out on the track, fortunately. So only 1 lap down he will be. So at least not 2. But he's definitely going to be. He's going to have his work cut out for him.
And we didn't see anybody go a lap down in stage number 1. So while he's probably out of contention here for stage 2 points, unless we get some kind of a caution, at least he would be back in contention for the final stage, assuming they were able to get all that damage fixed there under this caution here tonight. Second caution of the night, but this one is for the stage. Only 1 for incidents so far in the Powerhouse Racing League. Good green flags, side-by-side racing throughout the race, and I have been impressed with how well that high line has been hanging in. It hasn't been a single-file, one-lane dominant race, it seems like. So drivers have options here at Nashville Superspeedway, which is always a good thing. Makes the racing more entertaining for us. As the 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdale going to lead the field to green for stage number 2, with Danny Puddin up on his outside as the pace car ducks down pit road. We are getting ready to go green again for stage number 2. 97 on the loud pedal now down the front straightaway. Flagman waving the green flag, and we are racing in another great jump by the leader. This time Ramsdale gets a really good jump on the field. We'll see if he is able to hold back those drivers on slightly fresher tires behind him.
Ooh. David Moody around. Oh, man. And it looks like he clipped the Landon Lacey. Oh, no.
Well, there went that whole strategy for Landon Lacey in the 6. We'll go back and get a look at what happened between these two on the restart, as those are 2 torn up race cars, and if Lacey didn't take the faster pair, it's a good thing because he's going to need it now, looking at the damage on that car. Here is the number 20 of Moody, the 11 of Moody, but we're watching the 20 machine here. Just gets a little loose in the high line. Jody Hook, good job avoiding that one. Unfortunately, though, for the 6 of Landon Lacey, absolutely nowhere to go in that machine. We'll go right on board with Lacey because he really didn't have anything else he could have done there to avoid that one.
Yeah, and it looks like Landon Lacey probably took this one back to the garage because that was a massive hit. A massive hit. And I knew at the end of stage 1 we were talking about David Moody there getting a little confident diving into these turns, picking up a lot of speed, but man, those tires just weren't heated up yet, and he just couldn't hold on to it. So we'll have to see how David Moody, if he's able to fix his car or not, to see if we can get him back out on the track.
Yeah, hopefully that car will be able to get back racing here. I don't believe David Moody's had any kind of need to use the fast repair, so hopefully he still has that in the pits as we're on board with him now. You just see that car go around, and there's contact with the 6 that put both those cars into the infield here tonight. I do want to get a look on board Jody Hook in that 322 because he had quite the miss there. Definitely a little bit of a scary moment for the driver of the 322. Looking on board with Jody Hook now. You see the 20 is going to start to get loose up there. Hook looks high. Here comes the 20. There goes the 20. Almost. Not quite. That was a little bit scary on board that driver as well. So good job. Only 2-car incident, but unfortunately, like you said, Landon Lacey looks to have taken this one to the garage here tonight. Lacey out of the race, but David Moody still on track as far as I can tell. Yes, here is that number 20. Still beat up on the side, but other than that, looks fine. So he might not have chosen to take the fast repair there if he doesn't think the contact with the 6 was enough to warrant it. But that was heavy, heavy contact.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But if he can get through the end of stage 2 here, you know, you are going to have a couple caution laps. What you kind of want to do is make sure you're nice and clean for that last 50-lap run there toward the end. So he may have some repair time and might have to play it safe here, kind of hanging toward the back, you know, and just kind of feel out the field because we don't want another mishap like the couple laps ago there. I was the same. Mitchell, what do you think about the race so far, man? I know you don't want to give it the commentator's curse, but I mean, we got a couple guys that are looking real strong out there. So who you calling the shot?
While we're under caution, I'll cut back to our little webcam scene here if we're given picks for the race. Well, I've been really impressed so far with a lot of drivers. Obviously, Charles Evans, really strong stage 1, Patrick. I don't want to make the obvious choice, but I think Evans comes in here looking for a lot of points, and I think he's definitely got the car to go win here tonight.
Yes, and Landon Lacey, man, he right there, but just wrong place, wrong time every time, unfortunately, and it's better luck next week. But I don't put it past Jeffrey Ramsdale here. I think that might be my pick for tonight. He was really close the last race he was in, and I don't know the way his race line is tonight. He really seems to have this thought out and where his breaking points are going to be. So I think he's got a heck of a shot tonight.
Well, the 97 of Ramsdale certainly in a good position right now. He is your race leader going on to this restart. We will take a look back live on track. Here, the 97 still leads the 98 of Danny Puddin. Then it's Charles Evans in the 53, who will restart from 3rd. The 61 of Bart Hook starts 4th. A little blinking going on back here for Jody Hook in the 322. Hopefully that gets all sorted out for that driver there. Just a little more of it there down the back straightaway, but pace car lights are off. The field double file once again. We are going to go back green flag racing this time here. So we'll see Jeffrey Ramsdale. Great start last time. Like we said, we'll see if he is able to get the same kind of jump again this time, Patrick.
Charles definitely going to have to be on that loud pedal quick. Because Ramsdale he is not afraid. As soon as he hits that restart position, he's gonna hammer it down. All right, Mitchell, on you, bud. Ready?
Yep, I'm ready. So is Jeffrey Ramsdale. He is on the gas pedal here. Green flag back in the air at Nashville Superspeedway. Great start for Ramsdale. Charles Evans, though, already challenging for that second position, looking underneath the 98 of Danny Puddin. They're out of turn 2, not able to quite make it work that time by, though, but Evans on fresher tires, looking fast in the number 53 machine. Hunter Moody right there with him, got around Bart Hook in the 61. Moody now up into the 4th position on the racetrack here as we get one lap back under green flag. It's a great start for the 97 of Ramsdale out front. He scooted away to about a 4/10 of a second lead, but not looking like too much of a lead because these two racing really hard back here, and they're catching up probably to the 97. They're pushing so hard to stay in front of each other, get around each other, and looks like Ramsdale kind of falling back to these two just a little bit that time by.
And Charles Evans definitely having a hard time getting around Danny Puddin here. He's, ooh, I might have bumped him there a little bit. See if we can get him to loosen up. See if we can get him around. Let's see. We got the 11 of Hunter Moody, and he's just watching this whole thing go down in front of him. But good job by Jeffrey Ramsdale being able to kind of stay out front here and stay out of trouble, while the two behind him are not being very friendly here in a little bit, as Charles Evans makes that cut toward the inside, cutting on the apron, about to come up, stay in this quarter panel, that way he can't get his line, and makes a great move to the inside. And now he got him turned around. Hold it. Man, what a great piece of driving there. Excellent job, Charles. Excellent job.
Man, I was gonna say, don't speak too fast. He made a huge dive in there, slid up in front of the 98 of Puddin. Puddin didn't like it, got into the bumper. That's just hard racing here from Nashville Speedway. It was a very aggressive move from Evans, trying to get him cleared, and Evans was all over with the rear end into that corner. So Puddin doing a good job, though, maintaining the second position, but Jeffrey Ramsdale liked what he saw there because he has managed to scoot away by over a second now over your second place runner. And Charles Evans, we talked about it, he's been fast, but unfortunately that one might take him out of contention for stage 2. Still got 10 laps to go, but that's not a lot of time to make up a ton of ground here for this 53 car now running 5th.
Yeah, and that's kind of a heartbreaker running for second place there, and now you're falling off by almost 2.5 seconds. But boy, Jeffrey Ramsdale couldn't be happier with this one being able to pull away. So, I mean, I really don't see, if Ramsdale keeps his tires clean and keeps a good race line, I think Puddin is going to have a hard time catching him here.
Yeah, Ramsdale doing a really good job controlling the race at the moment. Puddin not letting him run away, though, by any means here, as we get, again, under 10 laps to go now in the stage. I'll pull up the little lap time comparison here between your top two drivers. If it'll pull up, there it'll pull up. You see this time by Ramsdale lost about a tenth to Danny Puddin there in the second position. Of course, Hunter Moody not too far behind Danny Puddin either, but Puddin doing a good job here, running down again 1/10 that time by, pulled away slightly from Hunter Moody as well, but you can see the lap times. He's making up a little bit of time, but there's only so many laps left in this stage before the caution flag comes back out. Jeffrey Ramsdale up front, just trying to hold on to the lead at the moment.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job of that, but Charles Moody just overtook David Moody. Charles Evans just took over David Moody for the 4th position. Did kind of cut him off, and I don't think David was too happy about that one there in the 28 car, but Charles Evans definitely trying to march his way back up front here as he's looking at the 4th spot and getting ready to breathe down the Hunter Moody right after that.
We'll go take back a look at that pass here because we can. Into turns 3 and 4 were these two, looking back at the pass the 53 made on the number 20 all the way down the inside. Slides it up a little bit. That was a little bit close, but again, hard, aggressive racing. It's what you got to do if you want to get back up toward the front here if you're Charles Evans. But again, not very much time to do it for Evans here. We only have a handful of laps left in stage number 2 here. 6 laps to go is the number, but up front, the 97 is getting run down by Danny Puddin. You see that gap getting smaller and smaller here in between the leader and the driver running in the second position. Same thing going on for third. Hunter Moody in a couple laps might have a handful with Charles Evans in the 53, who really wants to march back up through the field. But I will say it, this strategy here by Ramsdale, pitted before the stage ended, gave up a shot at stage 1 points, seems to have worked out as he's put himself in great contention to possibly win stage 2.
Yes, it has, and hopefully he can stay out front there, seeing he's only leading by about half a second. But Charles Evans hunting down Hunter Moody there, get it? but he's trying to run him down here. But if you kind of want to, I think he would want to pass for third. That if pit strategy goes okay, this would give him the inside line advantage on the stage 3 on the final run there, and that kind of might be where you want to be rather than starting on the outside 2 back.
Yep, coming this time by, though, you see the battle starting to heat up a little bit. The 11 of Hunter Moody slid up the track a little bit through 3 and 4, feeling the pressure coming from Charles Evans in the 53 machine, but Moody doing a good job hanging on. Ramsdale hanging on to barely a gap. Back to Danny Puddin there in the number 98. That gap stayed stationary almost, I believe, the last time by between these two. You see it there, almost identical lap times, about 0.04 faster for the 98, but that's not going to be enough to make it up here in these last couple laps as the battle for third place is on here. Charles Evans looked to the inside of the 11 of Hunter Moody, and these two have caught the 98 of Danny Puddin for the second position. So now the battle for second place is on with 2 laps to go, coming to 1 lap to go in the stage next time by. The 98 getting pressure, the 11 looks low. Hunter Moody not able to get there, maybe fighting back on corner exit though. He is, the 11 looking underneath the 98, gonna get the nose in front as they hit 1 to go in the stage, and Charles Evans also trying to get by, but who is gonna finish in second?
Ooh, what a good pull there by Puddin as Kenny hold it there on the outside. Tires are not a factor right now as we're going to change it here at this last stage. But let's see if Charles Evans can hold that inside line and keep Danny Puddin off his rear bumper. Man, as they come up here to the line, and that should be the end of stage 2.
Yep, stage 2, not checkered flag, the green and white, as it is a NASCAR, checkered flag waving here on the second stage. There you see the caution, and Jeffrey Ramsdale will pick up the stage number 2 win here at Nashville Superspeedway. Hunter Moody, you saw him get up into the second position. Charles Evans got past Danny Puddin for third. Puddin finishes 4th, and the 9 of Robert Babcock comes across the line. 5th position, the 20 of David Moody 6th. 322 Jody Hook finishes 7th, and Bart Hook in the 61 rounds out the field of drivers here. 8 drivers left in the race as 1 has taken it to the garage. Landon Lacey is out of tonight's race. So unfortunate for Lacey, who showed a lot of speed, contended early, but just got caught up in some incidents and a little too much damage on that race car. But expect most of these drivers to come back down here for 4 tires and fuel.
Yes, and man, what a race! And it's really unfortunate for Landon Lacey not being able to make it here, and Troy Trudeau, he's having some hardware issues. But hats off to Caleb McCarthy once again for coming in here for race control and taking care of the league as good admins always do. But we'll get ready to see everybody coming here for fresh tires, the usual hot full tank of fuel, and Charles Evans once again back at it again, try to see if he can get back in front of the lead.
Yep, everybody coming down pit lane this time by here as we have completed stage number 2. So no more stages from this point on. It is going to be all the way to the end. Well, I was going to say all the way green flag, but that would assume that we don't get another caution, and with how hard these drivers have been racing, I feel like maybe we will see one more. But again, they've done a great job. Only 2 cautions for incidents so far here tonight from Nashville Superspeedway, so not bad job at all by these guys in the Powerhouse Racing League doing what they do here. But Charles Evans in the 53 going to win the race off pit road. That makes up the track position he lost there.
And Puddin, tough break. He slid through his pit box there, which dropped him back to 7th. But just goes to show you how important it is in the box and then right back out as you go. Yeah, tough break, but hey, we still got a lot of race to go. We still got, a whole lot more patience. And I think everybody kind of figures out how we're racing tonight, who's racing rough, because obviously Charles Evans don't want to give anybody any inches here. But we're definitely going to have the last 50 lap shootout here, and I'd like to see Jody get in a little, get see him get into a little more of the mix here, but playing it safe for the first 2 stages, that's what I would do. I'd kind of hang back and then try to make my moves here toward the end. That way you got a nice, clean race car.
Yeah, Jody Hook having a nice quiet night here, running in the 6th position right now, just outside the top 5. We'll see when we go back green if Hook can get up there and battle for this top 5 at least. Hopefully get up there a little more, but Charles Evans again, he was strong stage 1, didn't quite see it stage 2, got caught up in some incidents. Here he is again, but there is a little bit of damage, I believe, on that 53 from some of those incidents. So we'll see what kind of speed Evans has. He looked fast, though, at the end of the stage, but saw a lot of speed from the 98 of Puddin, though he is back in the 7th position now. So Danny Puddin lost quite a bit of track position there. Going to have to work if he wants to get back up there. Hunter Moody also showed a lot of speed there. He finished 2nd in that stage, so the 11, ton of speed there. The 9 of Babcock also right there. Again, Robert Babcock having another solid night, kind of quieter night. Haven't seen too much of him in stage 2. He mixed it up stage 1, but coming to, I believe, 1 lap to green this time by Charles Evans on the point once again, going to lead us into the final stage. And the trend we've been seeing is that after, at least not on the initial start, both drivers got a great jump, but since then the race leader has gotten a really good jump on the starts. We'll see if Charles Evans can continue that this time.
Man, but you know, Jeffrey Ramsdale, he's not going to like that because he was controlling it last stage. So Charles, after getting into it a little bit, in stage 2, he may be able to make a good jump here and then kind of take off with this. But it's really anybody's race. And shout out to anybody you out there. If you're an iRacer and you're looking to, you enjoy ARCA cars the way I do. Join the Powerhouse Racing League. I mean, we could always use more drivers out here, mixing it up, getting some more talent out here, and trying to, burn some rubber with the rest of these guys. Being able to rip around the track and be able to be broadcasted here with 10-4 Broadcasting with us. We'd love to see you. Go ahead and apply to Kayla McCarthy, the admin, and she will get you under green flag the same way the rest of these gentlemen are here tonight.
So I know they do have a Facebook group called the Powerhouse Racing League. If you would like more information, I'm sure you could check them out there and get that. Meanwhile, though, green flag back in the air. Great start for Evans. Not so much for Ramsdale in the 2nd place positions. He's under fire from the 11 of Hunter Moody on this restart. The 20 of David Moody also looking underneath Robert Babcock for the 4th position. So battles 2x2 here on the restart. The 11 dives it in to turns 3 and 4. Going to be able to make it stick, but the 97 of Ramsdale looking to fight back on the inside line. Doesn't quite have the run, though. It seems able to hang with him just barely, though, into turn number 1. Still looking up the inside. The 11 looking strong, though, on the start. We'll see if he can keep the speed up here out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Yes, he is. The number 11 of Moody able to clear him. And into 3 and 4. The battle now for 3rd between the 97 of Ramsdale, the 20. And
Babcock. Yep, sorry about that. Robert Babcock got turned around, slid up in the track, and came back down. Did you see who he caught up with? It wasn't Puddin, was it?
It was Danny Puddin in the number 98.
I swear, we may have to have a little chat with him and see if he's got a magnet on him or something. What a tough break, man. And he was doing really well there. He was getting ready to start marching up the field. I saw him make a great move, following Jody on the way around, and then, man.
Yeah, the number 9, you see it there, just gets loose, just clips the 98. 98 hard impact into the outside retaining wall. Absolutely nothing the 98 could do there. Was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. We'll go right on board with him here into 3 and 4. Here is the view on the 98. You see the 9 get loose. Don't even see him up there. He's getting loose. Bam. Absolutely nothing the 98 of Puddin can do. And that seems just his luck, getting caught up in something there. And that car, that was one of the fastest cars on track tonight, I think, for Puddin. Very unfortunate to be caught up in that one.
Man, you're talking trucks. You must have been watching me get smoked out this week. I've been having a heck of a time racing. That's just I feel like I had a magnet on me, so I know definitely what Danny Puddin's feeling tonight. It's unfortunate, man, but hopefully he doesn't have to take it to the garage. We can get this thing squared away. We still got a lot of race to go and be able to get out there and go on. But Babcock may have to slow it down a little bit and try get some grip. Maybe not so aggressive here and kind of pick and choose, right? And instead of firing into the turn here. But it's still anybody's race. We're just having a kind of few hiccups here and there. But Charles Evans, great jump on that restart. And Jeffrey Ramsdale, fortunately, is going to be able to kind of follow suit behind him and hopefully going to move there on Hunter Moody on the inside. So those two may be able to take it off here when we get back on the green.
Yeah, looks like the 98 is rolling back onto the track. Trying to look and see, I assume, looks like he's taken that fast repair, I think, because the front end isn't completely smashed in. Doesn't look perfect, though, so he might have just taken some repairs. Going back down pit road, he must not have had the fast repair. I thought he had it in his pit box, although no, he wasn't caught up in that second incident we had tonight. So the 98 going back down pit road for more repairs here. We'll see if he is able to get that car back out into contention here, Patrick. But lap 60, under 50 laps to go, well past the halfway point, and it was getting really racy there on that restart and had good side-by-side quite a bit. Unfortunately, car got loose. Not the first time we've seen that tonight either, and we've talked about it all throughout the season, how difficult these ARCA cars are to keep a handle on.
Yes, and I'm going back to Danny Puddin here. I'm checking a quick look at him. Looks like that front end's bent up pretty bad, so that's definitely going to be some hard aerodynamic issues when you start diving into the turns here. It's really gonna try to drag that car, or it'll whip it in a certain turn he's not going to want there. As you see the pace car getting ready to hit the beginning of pit road, and he's pulling back out. Looks like the pit crew got that hammered out a little bit. So hopefully, if we can stay out of another caution, or if he ends up in a caution without any incidents with him getting involved, he might be able to slick back down the pit road there and get them to hammer it out the rest of the way. So yeah, tough break for him tonight. But hey, we're not a lap down. He's still in the fight. So I'm glad to see that. That's for sure.
Yep, still out there giving it his all, trying to pick up some points here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway. At least salvage a decent run tonight. Charles Evans did a good job there on that restart. Hunter Moody in second, going to be looking to take it away from him here. Ramsdale starts third in the 97 machine. David Moody will start from the fourth position in the number 20. Then it's Jody Hook up into the top 5 now. The 322 runs 5th at the moment. Then it's Bart Hook, who will start 6th in the 61. The number 9 of Robert Babcock, keeping it out on track. The damage not too bad for Babcock. 99% of that damage for that one went to the 98 of Puddin, who had that impact to the outside wall. The 9 car still looks good. Then Danny Puddin is right there. You see him out on track trying to keep that car in contention for this race, but pace car back down pit road. Charles Evans gonna lead the field to the green flag once again here at Nashville Superspeedway on the loud pedal. Hunter Moody trying to keep with him though in the 11, but 53 gets cleared as they head into turn 1.
Tough break for Jeffrey Ramsdale. I was hoping he was going to be kind of able to make that jump at the same time and slide underneath him. But Hunter Moody definitely was not afraid to be on the gas pedal on that launch. So they're going to be definitely working that one, as you can see David Moody working here on the outside of Jeffrey Ramsdale. So he's not alone. So he's definitely got to keep out in front of him. But if everybody can kind of wait for these tires to heat up, and then we can really get the racing underway.
Yep, the 20 of Moody looking to take the third position away from Jeffrey Ramsdale in the 97. Moody kind of starting to find that speed here as we get into the late goings. Running high line there. Was sliding it around there in the outside, trying to make it happen. Get the momentum down the back straightaway, but still side by side with Ramsdale into turn 3. They are going to stay that way for a while. It's the only side-by-side battle on track. Puddin battling with the number 9 of Babcock. Keep an eye on these two as they just had some significant contact that time by. So we'll see if there is a little bit of aggressive racing coming from the 98. I don't know that he's that kind of guy. But, ooh, Jody Hook looking to make the move.
Yeah, I saw that too. Getting in there a little hot. He definitely wants to show up. We've been kind of hanging back stage 1 and 2, but now we're starting to turn on the afterburners here, and we're really starting to kick up the intensity here of this race. 5th place, good, but 5th place is what, 4 from last or 4th from winning. So we got to keep working. But David Moody kind of slipping and sliding around the track here behind Ramsdale. Gotta take it easy. Gotta take it easy. Got a long way to go, but. In a short track, when you are only racing 1.5 miles here, Mitchell, you kind of got to pick and choose where you want to go. And from the racing you see tonight, what are you thinking we kind of need to do here?
Well, it seems like drivers favoring the inside lane, but when you get side by side with someone, it can go either way. As the 61 got loose, tried to save it into the infield. We stay green, I believe. Here's the 61 of Bart Hook, gonna lose a ton of time there. We'll go back and see what happened. I think he just kind of got loose out of the corner. Saw that in the distance of your screen. We'll ride on board here. With the 61 out of turn 4, you see the car just start to slide. Corrects it again, but unfortunately a little bit over-corrected for Bart Hook, and that one goes around for him here on the front straightaway. So very unfortunate for the driver of the 61, but I think you said right now it's just kind of about minding the drivers around you, because we've seen aggressive racing from these drivers, and really you just have to make the move at the right time, because we've seen drivers send it up into turns 1 or 3 trying to make that position work, and it's only caused some incidents. There have been drivers who've made it work. I know that Hunter Moody in the 11, we've seen him send it into the corners a lot here and make passes, but some other times it hasn't worked out so well for some other drivers here, and we saw a near wreck between Charles Evans when he did that on Puddin earlier in the race, and he is out leading the race still at this moment as things kind of settled down as well for that 4th place position between David Moody and Jody Hook for now. At the 9 of Babcock starting to creep his way up into this battle as well.
Yeah, and you can see that spin out there with number 61, Bart Hook. Kind of unfortunate there, but I mean, it's not just the steering trying to save the car. You do have to work the brake. You do have to work the throttle. Sometimes even clutching and kind of dumping the clutch there a little bit and add a little gas will kind of get the tires spinning in the right direction to get you back on track. But sometimes there is no saving it. You know, it's easier just to kind of hold the brake and kind of come to a slide and stop and get out of that. But the reason the caution wasn't thrown tonight is it was a single car, spun out of control, out of the way, and didn't involve anybody else. So that's why the caution didn't come out. Tough break for the 61, losing a bunch of time there. But you know, at least we didn't involve other racers here that would have totaled somebody else out.
Yeah. That wreck did happen kind of off the track. Nobody else involved. Thankfully, Bart Hook, I believe, down pit road still. That car might not be in this one anymore. We'll see about Bart if he gets back out on the racetrack. We will have to wait and see. But we were looking.
We got a good move by Babcock there toward the inside. I want to make sure we get a good look at that. How he kind of slid past Jody there. Yeah, Jody's staying in the run, but it's, like I said, we still got a little ways to go, as you say, Puddin trying to reel him in too. So key is not to march back, but hey, Jody's kept a clean race car all race, even after that near miss earlier. Oh, as Puddin decides to spread a little paint there on the back end. So fight toward the inside there. What position are we looking at? We're fighting for 6th here? Yeah. So this will be the 6th position, and then we'll work our way up back toward the front, where Charles Evans is absolutely taken away for this race. So we might have it, seeing that Charles Evans is leading by 2nd here tonight, and still a clean race car. I haven't even seen any slipping and sliding, so I'm hoping Hunter Moody will kind of pick up the pace here. I mean, safely. safely pick up the pace here with Jeffrey Ramsdale. Hopefully the two of those can work together to try to run Charles Evans down here tonight and not let him get away with an easy win tonight.
Well, Evans certainly has had his fair share of adversity to work through tonight. We saw it in stage 2. He's doing a great job commanding the field right now, but just over 25 laps to go. Still plenty of time for stuff to happen. I don't know what the fuel window is here at Nashville Superspeedway, but the final stage was 50 laps. I know they've come down at some point. I imagine they would be good on fuel, but it is in the back of my mind wondering if they can make it or not. Here is Jody Hook starting to lose the back of Danny Puddin here for the 6th position. Battle going on a little further in front. The 20 of David Moody trying to fight Robert Babcock in the number 9. Babcock doing a good job, though, keeping away from that number 20 machine for now into turns 1 and 2. You see drivers really trying to hook that yellow line. They're able to do it pretty well here, but it gets more difficult as we get further in the run, and that's when we start to see drivers slide up the track a little bit, and that's when I feel like it started to get a little more difficult for these drivers to hang on to their race cars here, is when you start sliding around out of the corner. It just makes it more difficult to keep a hold on.
Yeah, and something to take note. Charles Evans during his run, and as he's kind of pulling away here by almost a second and a half now, still hoping Ramsdale catches up to Moody here and kind of gives him a push. Is to keep in mind that Charles Evans here, when he reaches that front stretch, he is dropping down onto the apron, which is legal that you can do, but it is look like he's picking up almost a tenth or 2/10 extra, which no other driver is doing. It seems to be working out for him, but he picks and chooses kind of when he drops down there, but it seems to kind of flatten out that turn, and then that way that hook isn't so much getting around there. But a crazy turn of events for Robert Babcock, fighting his way back up into the 4th position here after that last spin out there. What a wild turn of events here, Mitchell.
Yep, Babcock doing a good job fighting back up to the 4th position, running in the top 5 right now, and running on the apron. Like we said, as long as it's not Daytona or Talladega, typically legal here. It's something we see at some mile and a halves here on iRacing, like Kansas, Las Vegas too, that come to my mind immediately, where they have aprons on the inside. Well, where we went a couple weeks ago in the Powerhouse Racing League Chicagoland, these drivers were doing it there, ducking down below the traditional racing surface. We don't see Charles Evans hasn't done it the last couple laps, but that is a viable strategy. This one a little bit narrower. It's not as conventional a mile and a half as sometimes we see, as there's not as much turn going on the front straightaway. It's almost like, looking at the shape of it, Patrick, it's almost like a mix of Homestead Miami, which is a completely straight straightaways parallel to each other, and one of those mile and a halves with a big curve in it, like say a Las Vegas or Atlanta. It's just kind of a slightly different shape. It still has a decent curve, but not quite as much as other mile and a half. So Nashville, a very unique racetrack, and like you had talked about earlier, concrete, one of the only concrete surfaces we race on here. So it's just all around a different racetrack. Very fun to watch, very fun to watch drivers drive. Again, I've never taken laps here, but from what I can tell, it looks like a ton of fun.
Yes, it is. and as long as it's early in the race, I have noticed that the longer you go, you fight marbles a lot, which is the rubber that kind of rolls off the tire here. Whoa, as Jeffrey Ramsdale makes a quick move there on Hunter Moody, closing the gap very quick. But like I was saying, you get a lot more traction early in the race as the rubber starts to stick up and kind of lay down on the track. It does get slick later on in the race. So I guess maybe a more aggressive attitude at the beginning. As you can see, Jeffrey Ramsdale coming down pit road. A little strategy there. Possibly getting another round of tires and some fuel. I wonder if they're running out here. But let's have Hunter Moody get away, and then, hey, he'll be coming out with fresh tires, and he'll start picking up some more speed here. He has dropped off about a second and a half off his fastest time here. So definitely some fresh tires would help, as Charles Evans going ahead and gambling and staying out on the track for now. But we will see. Nope, there we go. And the leader's working his way down. And I'm sure everybody else will follow suit as Robert Babcock decides to stay out after that last wreck. About to see how many guys we got out there, Mitchell.
Well, I believe that the 9 of Robert Babcock has yet to pit. The 20 of David Moody has yet to pit. The 322 of Jody Hook also has yet to pit. The rest of your field has come down pit road here at Nashville Superspeedway. So, interesting to see. I know I had talked about the fuel strategy. I assume it was a fuel play, but it could have been a tire play, depending on the fall off and lap times these drivers are seeing. It's about halfway through the final stage, about 5 or 10 laps more, but battle for what is currently the race lead between Robert Babcock and David Moody. Moody looking up the inside, gonna take it away from the number 9. Of course, these two drivers have yet to pit so far, so we will see when they decide to come down. Robert Babcock has 6 lap fresher tires than Moody and Hook. These three, again, the only drivers who have yet to come down. The 9 has been on track 27 laps. The 20 and 322, 33 laps. So these drivers, I expect them down probably any time. They might run it out hoping for a caution here. But when we get this late in the run, the field just starts to spread out a little more. And that's more and more difficult to find.
Yes, and you do want to be careful when you stretch out these kind of pit strategy here. Is if you decide to stay out like Robert Babcock is now, he could possibly be losing time now that you see that Charles Evans is now running a second and a half faster, but you're still on those old tires. So you've got to weigh your options here of if you don't pit now, that he is picking up almost a second and a half a lap while you're still on those old tires. So you almost need to pit when the leaders do, if not 1 to 2 laps right after, maybe after pit road cleans out, and you're not having to worry about any kind of damage or bumping or banging when you get down pit road, and then you go down, change your tires out before you end up a lap down. Because right now, I think we've only got 2 or 3 people that are on the lead lap right now just because of the ones pitting and not pitting, and that would be Robert Babcock, Jody Hook, and David Moody are the only ones still in the lead lap. But as you can see, you see how the tire issue is here with Charles Evans getting ready to work around him, and you're about to see how fresh tires work as they go right around him, gets his lap back, and how he's back in the lead lap, and that's going to kind of tumble you around here when you go back in the pit, and now you're going to be fighting to stay on the lead lap because now he's already passed you. So it's interesting to see him not pit. I understand he did pit in lap 59, but I don't know if I'd risk much longer because I mean they're starting to kind of floss around him pretty well here.
Yeah, they are definitely losing a lot of time at this point. I guess you've made your bed. You've got to stay out and hope for that caution. If you are the 9 or 322, we saw your other driver who had been staying out a little bit longer come down pit road in David Moody. Jody Hook down pit road this time by. He's deciding it's been long enough coming in to take those tires. We'll see where Hook comes out on track, but Robert Babcock still remaining out on the racetrack here as we are coming toward 10 laps to go, 12 laps to go currently in this race at Nashville Superspeedway. Now here is the number. We saw Hook stay out on track 37 laps before pitting. Robert Babcock, when he crosses the line, has been on track for 32 laps. That would mean he'd have to run 42 laps on fuel, 5 more than Hook just did, if he were to want to make it to the end. Is that out of reach? I don't know. I assume so. But he's making it work here. But he has at least 5 more laps in the tank if he wants to continue to stay out and hope for a caution.
And hope for a caution is one of those things that you don't hope for a caution, but you do. But it's man, I don't know if I would really gamble on that at this point. We're going to reach the end there. Everybody's spreading out, so you're not getting any help of the draft in your fuel savings. So I'm not sure, but this is definitely going to play an interesting role for Puddin that was originally a lap down earlier. Puddin originally pit on lap 81 as well. Most of the other leaders actually probably a lap or two before that. and for try to get 4 tires, and he's probably hoping for the caution for the lucky dog spot. But with David Moody down a lap, we got Jody down a lap, and we got Puddin down a lap. That puts David Moody first as the lucky dog around during the caution, and yeah, it kind of shuffles everything up here. I mean, if Babcock does end up with a caution, he will be able to get tires. I mean, Puddin may be able to get some extra time to fix the repair, but right now Puddin would have to stay out to get his lap back to end up back on the lead lap. That way we can try to get a solid top 5 here. But this is panning out to some very interesting, as you can see. As looks like Moody got around Babcock there, and everybody's kind of getting around him here. He is 20 some odd seconds here off Babcock, but you can see he's starting to slide around here a little bit, and I hope him the best, because man, I don't know if I'd try to stretch it that far, Mitchell.
Well, we're riding on board with him, and you can hear him lifting off the throttle. What I think is pretty early. I don't know how early they have to lift here, but from my racer experience, I feel like Babcock trying to save some fuel here, maybe hoping to go to the end of this race. That'll be difficult because, again, Charles Evans churning fast laps on fresh tires now in that race car. So we will have to wait and see, but I mean, I look at it this way. You currently have 7 cars lapping on track. You weren't up contending for the win the way things were running. I like the strategy. Stay out, try and catch a caution, maybe try and stretch it to the end if that's what the 9 is thinking. I like the risk, doing something different, trying to get yourself a chance at the win. Robert Babcock with an aggressive strategy. We will see how it pans out, though. The 53 of Evans is back here churning fast laps, but he is about a second off at the moment right now. Or not a second off, excuse me. I'm in half a lap off of your race leader, currently the 9 of Robert Babcock. So Babcock doing a good job out front, holding him at about 16 to 17 seconds right now. That is Charles Evans. You see Evans here. This is the big dot halfway down the back straightaway. The 9 just going into pit road. Half a track. That is half a track. You could coast, save fuel if you need to, but it's going to be awfully close. This 9 of Babcock has been on track 38 laps. That's already past the longest we've seen someone go.
Yes, and I see you got that sweet track map up there. See if we can get the producers to pull up that deal between Babcock and Evans and see how fast he's kind of reeling them in here. Let's see if we can get the producers to do that. As we can see, Robert Babcock doing one heck of a job. He may have to be clutching it here to kind of stretch as far as he can go, but we do. If you actually look, do you see how many laps we have left here? I mean, we got 3 laps to go. That means Charles Evans has to almost do 3 seconds per lap to even get within the windshield of him right now. So this may be an excellent play by Robert Babcock, which we've all played against him here. This may be a bad idea, but this is actually working out quite well for him tonight.
Yeah, Babcock might be making us all look dumb here up in the booth, schooling the drivers out on the field as well. If he can pull this off, he still has 3 laps to go on the racetrack, but he is, you see, about losing 2 seconds a lap to Evans, but that's not enough with 3 laps to go. Evans has to be making more time, and Babcock, does he have enough fuel? We just have to wait and see here on track. He has a 11-second lead right now, losing about 2 seconds. We'll see this time when Evans crosses the line here in about 5 more Mississippis what happens with lap time wise, but it's all about the fuel, I think, at this point. Does Robert Babcock have enough fuel to make it to the end? 2 laps to go, coming to take the white flag. Robert Babcock off what could be an incredible strategy if he can make it to win this race. White flag in the air this time by flagman waving it, but he is very slow down the front straightaway. Is he out of fuel?
Yeah, he might be out of fuel.
He's shaking it.
Oh, that's not good. He's under 100 miles an hour. He may be coasting it to the end, but it didn't play well with Danny Puddin there. I was hoping he could have used him for the draft to try to drag it. Oh, he might be out of fuel. Just half a lap, not enough as he's pulling to the inside. Charles Evans. What a lucky break for Charles Evans there as he takes the lead now, pulling out front. Wow.
The number 9, so close. Just 1 lap short. Ran 42 laps on fuel. Just not quite enough to beat this man, Charles Evans. Gonna cross the line to take the win here at Nashville Superspeedway in what turned into be a nail-biter of a strategy game here. Huge credit to Robert Babcock for giving it a shot. We thought he had it up here in the booth. I was about to go nuts. The number 9 still coasting down on the apron, trying to get to the finish line to even finish the race here. Gave it his all here, saved 42 laps of fuel, just came up a little bit short. Jeffrey Ramsdale finished 2nd place. Hunter Moody finished 3rd. David Moody 4th. Jody Hook came home with a top 5 here. Great run for Jody. Danny Puddin finishes 6th, and Robert Babcock getting the push from Jeffrey Ramsdale to the line. Great show of sportsmanship from Ramsdale.
Attaboy. Mind you of the movie Cars, huh?
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
That's just 2nd place giving a kiss to the guy in 1st, eh?
Just a little bit of congratulations to race winner Charles Evans, who put on a heck of a show here for us tonight on 10-4 Broadcasting. And we'll get to talk to all of your top 3 here momentarily. So stick with us here. We'll get to ask the top 3 any questions we might have about their race, and certainly got to ask them about this fuel game we saw getting played late in the race, because boy, what a race it turned out to be in the closing stages. So stick with us here. We're going to get our interviews lined up, and we will be back in just a second.
Yes, and this is coming from the Powerhouse Racing League. Like we said, guys, Kayla McCarthy's the lady you need to talk to. Let's get signed up and get you out here, because Robert Babcock could have been running away from you this race. But a quick shout from our sponsors here, with Butt Kicker as our lead sponsor here, with the fine audio tuning they do. Medi-City's heating and air conditioning, as you're going to need one after tonight, because I'm sweating now. We got Scotty Hottie Designs. We got Cushman & Sons. We got, let's see, DC Designs. Hey, is that who's giving out our paint scheme this year? I think they're giving out our paint scheme this year. And we got Napa Coastal Auto Parts to wrap it up here. And as we are here at the Nashville Superspeedway, we're lining up our guys here at the bottom. And Mitchell, take it away with our gentleman in 3rd place.
Yep, I'm here with Hunter Moody. This is Mitchell Adams from 10-4 Broadcasting. Hunter, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, it turned into a great strategy race at the end. Couldn't quite get it done there in that number 11, but you gave it a great run, a lot of speed all night. Just take us through the race and your approach to tonight.
Yeah, stage 1 and 2, feel like we had good track position, good pit stops at the end of the stage, kept our positions, and just that last green flag run coming up on a turn 4, getting into the pits, kind of locked them up a little bit, and I think that caused Jeff to leapfrog a spot on me and fall back, but the top 3 is pretty good.
Yep, top 3, certainly a good run, good points day for you in that number 11 machine, and just gave it your all. Like we said, we saw you mixing it up with the race leaders quite a bit here. Couple incidents throughout the night. You managed to keep that race car clean, though. How difficult were these cars to get around the track here tonight?
Yeah, on restarts on fresh tires, everybody driving them into one, trying to get back on the throttle to the apex. Car wanted to step out a little bit, but after you got a couple of, I'd say about 2 or 3 laps in on the tires, everything filled up the rhythm.
Yeah, well, definitely you had something figured out walking away on the podium here tonight. Certainly not a bad way to leave Nashville. Next week, though, we're going to Phoenix, Arizona. What are your thoughts on Phoenix? Because I know a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about Phoenix.
Yeah, I kind of like the new layout a little bit better than the old layout, so I think that'll be a good run for me. Maybe another top 5 or top 3.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week at Phoenix, trying to get to talk to us here again, try and get another podium in a row. But before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my little brother. He finished 4th right behind me, so that was a good race for the both of us.
It certainly was a strong showing here tonight for you, Hunter. Best of luck next week at Phoenix, and hope maybe we can talk to you again.
Appreciate it. Anytime. See ya.
That was Hunter Mooney, driver of the FedEx number 11 machine, your second place finisher here tonight, but I believe Patrick Morrison has caught up with your second place finisher.
Jeffrey Ramsdale, what a great race tonight. Hey, I had you picked out to win this one.
Thanks, guys. There was no beating Charles there. His car was on the rails. I was just conserving my car and keeping it for the long run, as you guys saw that first stage, and got in that little bit of trouble. Used my fast repair, but stayed out, got the stage win, and conserved my car. I tried to short pit those guys to gain some. I gained a little bit on Charles, beat Hunter out of the pits, and I'll take a second tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, but I didn't see much conserving there in stage 2.
No, well, it was conservative a little bit, but I was keeping those guys behind me. When I saw Charles spin, that put me at ease a little bit, and then I was just getting my marks, and I let Danny there get up to me, but I take that stage 2.
Yeah. Well, we could definitely see on those restarts you were able to kind of, as they say in drag racing, tree them a little bit. Kind
Exactly.
of get that launch. I thought Caleb may have been looking at that one restart, boy, because I thought you took off quick.
Well, I like to change it up a little bit and don't do it all the same, so they don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, absolutely. It's the only way to get in front, but super speedways, that's hard to do because sometimes the draft takes a pick. So how was the concrete tonight? How did it feel to run around Nashville?
It was slick, and it ate up those tires quick.
Did it?
Yeah, you had to really you couldn't saw on the wheel too much. You had to be real smooth, as you probably saw there on the how many people were all smooth out there.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Another great finish tonight, but can you give us another great finish at Phoenix next week?
I'm hoping so. Phoenix is a hit and miss track. I was hoping to speak to you guys last week at Southern National, or a couple weeks ago, but faith didn't pan out that way. But no, for Phoenix, I might be able to figure something out and talk to you guys again.
Yeah, no. Some people have a little weird thing about that dog leg in there. Some people don't like it. Some people do like it. It's all on your approach. But
especially with these cars, how twitchy they are, it can upset the car.
Yes, it can. So another great run tonight. You want to give anybody a shout out tonight?
Yeah, I gotta thank my girlfriend for all the support she gives me. All my guys back in the shop: Patrick, Richard, David, Jonathan, James, Steven, all those guys I race with online. They're really good. You guys for putting the broadcast on. Kayla putting on the league and all the admins. Josh and his baby back at home. Hopefully he's doing good with the little kiddo, and hopefully we can do it again next week.
And I couldn't agree with you more on all of that. So good luck, and get rested because we're going to need you for next week.
Oh, I'll be there, guys.
All right, that was second place finisher Jeffrey Ramsdale. But I am going to run down here into victory lane talking with Charles Evans, the winner of tonight's race. Charles, that was a nail biter at the end. We thought you had it locked up, but thought maybe for a second the 9 had the winning strategy, just came up a little bit short. What was going through your mind there in those closing laps?
Well, he had me biting my nails, that's for sure. I didn't know the exact fuel mileage. I didn't get a lot of practice in today, but I had figured 30, 32 laps was about all we could get. And when we got to about lap 96 and he was still going, I knew if he kept the pace he was at, I wasn't catching him fast enough to get to him. And I knew he was saving at that point, and I was like, well, he probably knows how much he needs to save, and we're going to be short. I was giving everything I had, and, luckily for us, he ran out there at the end. So I don't have any complaints on that end of it.
Well, you certainly managed to pull it out there in the end. Take us through what made you so fast here tonight. Won stage 1, won the race. Just what was that little extra thing you found that made you so good here at Nashville?
Well, it's nice whenever Kayla and Lucas aren't out there running against you for one. That helps a little bit. It makes you look a little faster. But, no, I love these tracks. This one has a little banking, but it's a lot flatter than most 1.5 miles, concrete, a lot less grip. you're lifting and using a lot of brake and driving the cars rather than, some of them that you're just, booking around. And I like the ones you got to drive, ones that are going to wear the tires out and you got to manage them and lift early and free roll the corners a lot. And this track's a lot like that, even though it drives almost like a short track, even though it's a 1.5 miles. So it was a lot of fun. I'm not sure what happened to Landon. He was fast and then he disappeared out of the race. So I figured we were going to have a pretty good run there going for a while. And then, Jeffrey and I, he did whatever strategy he was on early, ended up snookering us and getting one of the stages. And everybody ran good. Puddin and I ran at each other. He got in the back of me and apologized a million times. I told him, man, it's just racing. I mean, I'm having fun. And, there's no real repercussions. You're not tearing up a race car or hurting anybody, so it's all good. We just had a good time and Rubin's racing. So enjoyed doing it tonight.
Yeah, and we enjoyed watching all that good, hard side-by-side racing you all did for us here tonight. From Nashville next week, though, at Phoenix, you think you could get another one?
I like flat tracks, like I was saying, and Phoenix is another, driver's track, and I think we'll have a shot at it for sure. Providing we can put it all together and not make any mistakes. That's what's cost me. Some of them are just mistakes on my end. And I know we'll have a shot anyway.
Well, we certainly wish you the best going into Phoenix. I believe you'll probably pick up the points lead after tonight as well. So before we let you go celebrate here, give you a moment just to thank all those people who helped get you into victory lane.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for y'all for putting it on. And like I say, I would thank Lucas and Kayla the most for putting me in victory lane since they didn't run tonight. But no, just everybody else that ran a cleaner race, that goes a long way to getting to the end of the race. I mean, it's just, that's part of it. You get wrecked early on and it takes you out of contention. So when everybody runs you clean and you have a good race with everybody, it gives you that option to be there at the end.
Yeah, well, you definitely got there at the end. Again, congratulations on it. Thank you for stopping by and talking with us. Best of luck next week at Phoenix.
All right, thank you.
That was your race winner, Charles Evans, who picks up his second win of the season here tonight at Nashville. Good run for Charles Evans, Patrick, but it was a great race. We saw the strategy. We thought it was set in stone there, and then the 9 of Babcock came so close to proving us wrong, just heartbreakingly short there on fuel at the end. But what a race. Once again, the Powerhouse Racing League delivered here on Saturday night for us.
Yeah, what a nail-biter right to the end. Just made it half a lap right from finishing, but hopefully Babcock keeps his head up. I know he got in a little bit of trouble earlier in the race, but we still got more season to go. We got Phoenix coming up, and I'd like to see Kayla and Lucas Gortman come out here and start giving Charles a run, because I don't like easy wins, No one likes easy wins. A good battle till the end makes it happen. But there were battles all night tonight. I believe there were almost over 6 lead changes. So everybody got a chance to run up front, which is always nice. So it's great. I'm looking forward to it and being back here with the 10-4 broadcasting team.
It was another good race again, and before we go off air, once again, we have to thank all the sponsors who make the league possible here. Scotty Hottie Designs, again, sponsoring the series. Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating, big thank you to them. Also, Napa Coastal Auto Parts, Butt Kicker, DC Designs, again, those drivers racing for the DC Designs paint scheme for the series champion. Right now, Charles Evans, the driver who will be holding that, but he's got 5 more races and a lot of drivers who would like to go take it away from him. So we will continue to follow that one. And of course, Cushman and Sons, who make the trophies for the Powerhouse Racing League. So all those people help make this series possible here on Saturday nights, and also have to give a final run through the finishing order tonight.
Yes, as the winner, Charles Evans. Second place of Jeffrey Ramsdale, Hunter Moody, and placing third, and those will be your podium finishers. David Moody, his brother, that came in fourth. We got Jody Hook. Okay, rounded out the top 5. Danny Puddin came in 6th. Robert Babcock, who almost made it, in 6th place. Or in 7th place, excuse me. Bart Hook and Landon, those gentlemen unfortunately had to take it to the garage tonight. So, all best of luck and running next week. The 10-4 broadcasting team and the Powerhouse Racing League